happiest Thursday. This is the 6th of February, 2025, and I am here in northern Israel, where the complaint cylinders have fortunately been silent for a couple of months now. And so anyway, what's going on in the crypto markets and traditional markets? Well, yesterday we saw movements according to the VEPs very nicely, and today, as always, we are seeing that happen once again. We're seeing some nice little trending moves on low time frames. Solana, for example, and Bitcoin. Solana's tested the central daily range very nicely, going up and down through it. It's been making, again, some nice trending moves on the lower time frames. If you're trading the 15-minute or under, you can certainly see it's done very nicely, moving percentages up, percentages down. And when I last looked at it some minutes ago, it was starting to move back to the upside. But hey, overall, the current 4-hour is still looking down. The last I looked at it about 20 minutes ago. And would not be surprised to see a little bit more down movement on the day before, maybe a little bit of a buy pressure scenario if it gets to certain levels below the central daily range. If it does, it certainly could have a nice little move back to the upside, but keep an eye on those VRE levels, Laplace levels, normal distribution levels, because that's where you'll see the buy pressure or sell pressure give you the indication, together with the volatility and correlation, or the entropy and correlation, etc., or the returns and correlation, or the variance and correlation, or any aggregate of secondary indicators as well to show confluence with that. And then whatever the propensity of the information is, right? That's typically what you want to go with. If you have 3 or more primary indicators telling you one thing, that's what you go with. And if you happen to see confluence across other indicators, that's even better. And on low time frames, there has been a lot of good confluence on the majority of the indicators, the majority of the day today. So it has mostly been going the way the indicators tell you on every single candle, as expected. Sometimes price action can obviously go a different way than the returns, but eventually the price action will always follow the returns, because that's all price action really does. It just follows the returns. Since price action, if it does anything, is follow the returns, because price action is random in a random market, and the market is usually random. Right? The only time it's not random is when it's in a trending move, and that's typically about 20% of the time in just about any asset, just about any time frame. So how can you tell if it's random or in a trending move? Well, just look at our Entropy Pro indicator, and you'll know, because it shows you when it's in a random move, and it shows you when it's in a trending move. It's very simple, really. And the correlation of the entropy to show you whether or not the tendency is going to drive the price to the upside or the downside. Just like volatility does with its correlation, you can do that with entropy and its correlation, which is, again, in the same Entropy Pro indicator. So we do actually have the indicators. We built them separately years ago and then combined them, because there were a few different correlation type indicators we built, not necessarily to be correlation indicators. They are standalone indicators, but it just so happens when you use them as correlations to our entropy indicator, then you get that tendency with the price action. And that's kind of remarkable. And it's another one of the alpha trading discoveries that we have brought to the retail trading world. Because, as far as we know, nobody else has ever done that with entropy. Certainly not in the retail space. It's just like the RMLR, which we discovered how to predict the future direction of the RMLR, which is kind of amazing. RMLR as a concept mathematically has existed for some time, but when we put it together on assets, we were able to see, we discovered, I remember when the our math guy showed us the RMLR indicator and looked really amazing. And I started playing around with it, realizing, wait a minute, I can predict the future RMLR. And Bilbo also did the same thing. He saw the same thing. And we started like jotting down all these predictions, and they were correct. And so our math guy took that information and made the RMLR show the prediction, and it is incredibly accurate. So if you want to know how to trade with the RMLR and other future information that we've discovered at Alpha Trading, like our incredibly accurate and very powerful projection boss indicators, which are being combined into one new indicator that will be released soon, that shows you the future distribution models with high precision for any market, traditional or crypto, continuous or non-continuous. You can do that. Like I said, just come on into our Discord and you can get that information and get those access to those indicators. No problem. You can even get free access to our volatility starter kit. Just go and create a ticket asking for the volatility starter kit, and we'll get that off to you. All right? Take care. No, I'm not going to McDonald's tonight. You're funny. Cheers.